Hi, I'm Bruno Aziza, and in this installment of our series with Ian Ayres, the author of Super Crunchers and Carrots and Sticks, we're going to talk about his guide, The $500 Diet, and we're going to tell you how that relates to your business.
This new diet plan is a step-by-step call to action. The problem is that people don't have the right incentives.
Ian, thank you very much for your time. So you have a book that's a companion guide to Carrots and Sticks that talks about diet, and we're at the beginning of the year, in fact in February, and by now many people have had to reset their New Year resolution, particularly losing weight. Can you help us out with that one?
Sure. Well, this new diet plan is a step-by-step call to action, which tries to, it's a very different kind of a diet. Most diets obsess on what you should put in your mouth, and I say no. Information isn't the problem. Most adults already know, I'm sure all the CIOs out there know that if you want to lose weight, you need to eat a little bit less or exercise a bit more. The problem is that people don't have the right incentives. And so this guide called the $500 Diet, it starts with a very simple question. Would you rather lose a pound next week or lose $500?
And so it's the whole concept of defining a contract.
Yes.
Tell us how it works, the steps that you have to go through in order to sign up for this $500 diet.
Sure. Well, first you're going to need to focus on the right goal setting. And a lot of people should skip over this point, and that we're kind of victims of our own goal setting, that some people choose outlandishly unrealistic goals. So probably you shouldn't choose a goal more than 10% of your body weight, and it might be less than that. You should also make sure that you don't try to lose weight too quickly. You shouldn't try to lose more than 2 pounds a week, and you should enter into a separate commitment contract that you lose money if you lose more than 5 pounds a week. Just not healthy to do that.
And so when you implement that, you increase your success rate, I guess. What do we know about people losing weight today, and what happens after they're done with that?
Well, it's hard enough to lose 10% of your body weight, but about half the people that diet can have some substantial weight loss for the first 3 or 4 months of a diet. But the really sad news is about 80% of the people that lose a substantial amount of weight gain it all back in the rest of the year. From the last 8 months after a diet are the last 8 months of the year are just real killers, and so it's really essential that people at the beginning of a diet think already about their maintenance plan, and that's and mindfulness is really important. It's a very simple idea, but a lot of people during that 8 months they stop getting on the scale. So as a very simple and incredibly precise thing you can do is just make a commitment to get on the scale once a week and keep track of your weight.
And so here you talk about this idea of a commitment, obviously commitment to get to a goal, but also a plan beyond that goal to stay on track. There's also this idea of transparency. You yourself use a scale, and I think you tweet daily or regularly what your weight is. Tell us a little about how that works, but more importantly, how that works in the business context, the importance of transparency there.
Sure. I'm a huge fan of the Why Things Wi-Fi scale, which really is this marvelous product. 25 minutes out of the box, I had it not just sync to my Wi-Fi, but I had it automatically tweeting my weight. You just stand on the scale. It can also differentiate between the 4 members of my family. It's kind of miraculous, and I find it makes it very easy to be transparent about about how much I actually weigh.
And so here what we're learning is, of course, the ability to have the right goal, the ability to have the contract to follow up on the goal, but more importantly, making the collection of the data related to that goal transparent and make it very easy for people to go out and collect and communicate it to their constituents, I'd say.
And it relates to this idea that you really want to have layers of accountability when you craft an effective incentive, and that includes making sure that the right set of people learn about it.
This is great. Now, in the context of losing weight, sometimes we think about excuses and maybe predetermination. there is a book from Malcolm Gladwell called Outliers. Basically, talks about the predetermination of the month where you're born will determine the future of particular achievements. Does this apply to weight, or what do you think about that approach?
Well, I'm of two minds. So, first of all, nobody repealed the second law of thermodynamics for you, okay? And so, and the angels in heaven cry when somebody says, "Oh, I'm gaining weight because I'm exercising more and muscles weigh too much." No, okay, that you'd be maybe for Michael Jordan, but. Basically, if you eat less, you're going to lose weight. If you exercise more, you'll lose weight. Energy out is going to. The thermodynamic laws still apply, but there are some genetic determinants, and there's been a very cool number crunching study by Interleukin, and they're seeking a patent on a form of genetic testing, and it turns out that some people are more susceptible to weight loss through exercise than others. And some people, and Interleukin actually has some pretty good randomized testing to suggest that some people will be, are better to take advantage of low carb versus low fat diets. And so this is coming soon to a swab test that you can pop into the mail.
Great. Well, thank you for those insights. Both Carrots and Sticks and the $500 diet are available, obviously, as paper, online, on Kindle. In fact, I have it here on my phone here on the Kindle application. So thank you very much for your time, Ian.
It's a pleasure.
Until next time, I'm Bruno Aziza.